So, yeah, 49er Raider fans right here. The rivalry goes back to, the 90s, mid-90s. Introduce yourself.
You know, it's my guy right here. It's my cuz. But I'm AB.
Antonio Ortega, you know that. 49ers fan right here, Of course, we're better than the Raiders. Always was. It's probably the best fan rivalry in sports, though. Like, honestly.
Most definitely goes back, generations. But unfortunately, there's no more real Battle of the Bay. Could we just, get that situated? There's no more real Battle of the Bay. We're no longer even in that market. Y'all got that now. So there should be no more hate on the Raiders. Y'all got 3 teams to hate on. Y'all ain't even got to worry about us no more.
Okay.
Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals, right? Yeah, that's
pretty much.
You worry about. You ain't got to worry about Green Bay no more. They'll take care of them anyway. I've been signing them niggas for a while. Excuse my language.
Tearing up Aaron Rodgers though. Tearing him up. Yeah. Like, he's that's why he had to go to the AFC. He don't want to see the Niners in the playoffs no more, man. Woo! Butt whooping.
Yeah, every time. But yeah. But I guess back to the original rivalry. It goes back a long way. Even down to the draft. That's what's been killer lately though. Like the draft, how we consistently keep picking either right after you guys or now before y'all this year, but that's crazy.
You remember that one time we stole Mike McGlinchey?
Yeah, off the freaking coin flip. I remember calling you like, bro, y'all just cheesed us on the coin flip.
Man.
I think that's how we ended up with Colton Miller.
Oh yeah, Colton Miller genuine draft. Yeah, man, I remember that. So what do you think about Colton Miller though? Do you think that was a good draft pick?
For the situation y'all put us in, yeah, it definitely was a good draft pick.
Yeah. Because honestly, a lot of people think that he's a top 5 tackle in the league. He probably is. Maybe he is. He got his moments and stuff.
I would say he's a top 10 left tackle.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Objective answer, okay?
Yeah, top 10. I like to be realistic when it comes to the Raiders. Until they show me differently. Yeah. If they show me differently, I can, go upon that. But it's just like, I've been consistently let down so many times where I'm like, oh yeah, this might be that year. We got this, we got that, we got this. But the offense hasn't really been an issue over the past couple of years for us. It's always been our defense. And you guys have consistently had an outstanding defense, at least top 15, top 10. So yeah, that's what gets you guys through.
Heck yeah, man. Having like in the early 2010s, you got Patrick Willis, Bowman, Justin Smith, Dante Hittner, Goldson, Carlos Rogers, Ray McDonald had excellent pieces, man. Alden Smith, murderers row, and then that's like a super team on defense right there.
Most definitely. Even till today, I got Fred Warner. I always butcher his name, new safety.
Hufanga?
Yeah, exactly.
The new Palomalu, man?
Man, he's out there killing. We got Isaiah Palomalu.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
He just ran back a 50-yarder last week against the Rams.
Oh, yeah. He got some talent. Yeah, he might have a Hufanga impact.
Yeah, I hope so. We need something on defense. If we could just get if we can get a defense that, coincides with our offense and everything, we'd be straight.
Yeah, I mean, because, Derek Carr, he had some pretty cool seasons. But 2016 was his biggest season, and ever since he got injured that last game, he wasn't really the same consistent dude because he was MVP candidate in 2016.
Man, it wasn't even that. It was the coming back after breaking a leg, and then he had a back injury against the Washington football team, where they call themselves the Commanders now.
Commanders.
And it really messed up his back, and after that, he just wasn't taking hits the same anymore. He just kind of was real hesitant to, really do anything in the pocket for too long. Not saying that it stopped his passing prowess, but it was just, he didn't have that same flair, I should say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it was just different with Derek, so I just couldn't believe it.
He wasn't comfortable in the pocket, happy feet kind of.
Yeah, let me hurry up and get this out of here. They had a stat saying that he was one of the quickest releases in the league of, from snap to release. I think it was 2 seconds.
Oh.
2 seconds and some change. But it was just I feel like if we had a better defense around Derek Carr, a lot of stuff would have been a lot different because it's just always been on his back. Kind of like how Matthew Stafford in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Because, once he actually got to somewhere where he had defense, now he's, got a ring for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that's going to happen with the New Orleans Saints, but...
You predicting the Super Bowl for the Saints?
Nah. Yeah, that would be horrible. You know why? Because it'll be a Super Bowl with Derek Carr in it in Vegas.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so if Derek Carr somehow makes it to the Super Bowl and it's in Vegas, you know how bad that's going to make Mark Davis and GM and coach look that they got rid of Derek Carr, and then if we just have some abysmal season and Jimmy G gets injured and God knows who they're going to put in. Actually, Aiden O'Connell has been balling out. I just pray to God Brian Hoyer never sees the field.
Ooh, Brian Hoyer. All-time backup right there.
Never see the field, period. Don't do it to us. But yeah, we only thing we really need right now, or really lacking on some serious depth at, is linebacker. We've been having some good positional battles on the offensive line. D-line, we've been stacking that out. Receivers, we have a billion of them. Tight ends, we changed the tight end room up. Quarterback, of course, Garoppolo, Aiden O'Connell, and then Brian Hoyer. But again, Hoyer, I'd rather him just be, emergency. Kind of how y'all have Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
He actually is good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's definitely it's just a toss-up right now for me. I don't really know what to expect. Preseason, we can win 3 preseason games just like we did last season. And then, ain't no telling what's going to come in the regular season. We're on the road, first game against Denver. You know
Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Sean Payton.
Russ was looking a little bit different, and then y'all played him. How did you feel about that game in preseason?
It was pretty good. I think like Brock Purdy, I think he's gonna end up being a starter. He got good accuracy. He showed because he hasn't lost when he actually finishes the game. Like he start from finish, never lost. In the words of LeVar Ball, undefeated, never lost.
Hey, that part. So, chips against the fan. Who are you? If you had to put your money in, who are you projecting to be the day one starter once the season starts?
I think it's gonna be Purdy. I think so.
And if it's Lance, how would you feel?
I'll still be cool because it's like he's gotten better. Like the last game he went through his reads. The last 2 drives he led like a game-winning field goal kick. Like
against us, he was not looking.
Yeah, he was looking terrible. Ooh, I think out of those 5 possessions against y'all, I think 1 possession was like the offensive line's fault, and then like 2 of the possessions, I think most of them were his fault though. Because he was going through he was inaccurate, and then like taking sacks, holding on to the ball for too long. You can't do that.
Do you guys have him out there playing with the ones a lot, or has it just been Brock Purdy since he came back from the injury? He just solidifies the
Brock Purdy pretty much has been that dude. Lance was like kind of shaky in the camps and stuff this summer, but it was always a report. Oh, he's throwing interceptions. He's not doing good. Does he fit Kyle Shanahan's system? Are they gonna trade him for a 2nd-round pick or 3rd-round pick? They traded 2 first-round picks and they swapped 1 first-round pick for him. So it's a big old deal they're making about it. I understand, high draft pick, but Brock Purdy was 7th round steal. Look, that's what from the looks of it, and I trust him.
Irrelevant.
Yep.
Hey, have they ever said who actually ended up being those picks that y'all traded to get Trey Lance? Who those picks actually ended up turning out to be? 'Cause I always wondered about that. Because it's just for me, we traded away Khalil Mack, and I know what those players end up being. Trash, by the way.
Yeah.
Except Josh Jacobs. That was an actual pick that we got for Khalil Mack.
Oh yeah, Josh Jacobs. Hey, he impressed me. Against the Niners defense last year, he was real rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, running people over hard to tackle. I'm thinking Nick Bosa said that's the best running back in the league he faced or something.
Yeah, he's definitely all pro. You gotta make sure what Richard Sherman said. When you say his name, make sure you say all pro running back. Josh Jacobs.
All pro.
Rushing title leader for last season. And man, I don't know what we're gonna do as far as getting him back. They've been, rumors have been stated that he might be back in the first week.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to take that hit on your money. All the other running backs have been in this predicament this offseason. You got Saquon, you got Tony Pollard, and they're all signed. They all signed a tender, so it's just you're alone in this one, so you're not really about to change anything. So it's just and we have an actual running back, Zamir White, out of Georgia. Last season we picked him up, and he's not really showing me like, hey, I'm gonna be that guy to replace Josh Jacobs. So I'm just sitting back like, come on, man, come on home, JJ, come on, cause this ain't it right here.
Yeah, he's a home run hitter. Like, see, he lost some weight from what I heard. I think he lost like 10 pounds.
Yeah,
like,
he
last
a
season.
little
Like,
bit quicker.
that's why he was so quicker. Like, he was a dominant running back. Because I remember when he got drafted, it was like, okay, what, like mid-20s of the first round? Josh Jacobs?
Oh yeah, definitely, right out of Alabama, and he was sharing the backfield then, so it was just like, okay, we got somebody to share this backfield with, and I didn't really know what to expect when we got Josh Jacobs, and it was just like, all right, we coming off of Latavius Murray.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Latavius.
saying? He was always good. He never really had a problem with Latavius. It's just like,
Wasn't he like a 6th-round pick?
Yep.
6th round.
6th round pick, and
Latavius.
he was shutting it down, and then we switched from Latavius to Marshawn.
Yeah, shit. Josh Jacobs, he kind of looked a little Marshawn last year, like just size and speed
Man,
wise.
as far as breaking tackles, he's killing it.
Oh man, Josh Jacobs, hard to bring down. Him and McCaffrey, that was a great running back duel right there, man. That's like I said, man. Running backs, they're very important. Like people don't think that they're important. Like I mean, Tom Brady called was he Leonard Fournette? He's like, come to my team, to the Bucks. They won a Super Bowl. You know, Mahomes told the Chiefs to draft was it Edwards-Helaire running back,
Yep.
1st round, because he needs a running back. Josh Allen, despite the Buffalo Bills doing well, what do they always say? Oh,
We
get him
still
a running back.
Man, you see they're trying to damn near get Jonathan Taylor right now.
Yeah, see that? That's
And
what
it
they should
just
do.
shows.
Give him all the help they can get. Like they need it because they got the Chiefs, Bengals, the Chargers. You know what I'm saying, to compete with. In the
But
AFC.
the big thing is like
Jets.
how you said with the Chiefs, they got Edwards-Helaire, but then they also just had Isaiah Pacheco and just won a Super Bowl.
I like Pacheco. Yeah,
But it's just like
Oh,
it shows. It shows you can have someone from the 7th round and come in and blow your 1st rounder out of the water.
Yeah,
And just like,
he outplayed him exactly. That's why I would never draft a running back in the first 2 rounds, unless he's like McCaffrey mixed with a Josh
Or
Jacobs.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, like unless you're like super special, then
Yeah.
you know.
He's,
But like, yeah, I like Pacheco. He was running, and the Chiefs wouldn't have won a Super Bowl if it wasn't for Pacheco and Jared McKinnon running, you know, real good. Like
definitely.
it's like Mahomes was great, of course, but yeah, that running game, you know, it protects a lot of stuff. It helps you out. The passing game.
Pause real quick.
Oh no. Oh no, we.
Need a bathroom break.
Okay, yeah, bathroom break. It's all good. But yeah, man. So my guy will be back. You know, he gonna check to see who the Raiders got in the trade today. Nah, nah. But honestly, man, he's my cousin right here. You know, he you know, grew up with him like a brother. We go to Warrior games. We go to Warrior watch parties. Went to Warrior parades. You know, Super Bowl Warrior fans. But y'all see the Niner tattoo, man. Like, you know, out here in the Bay in Northern Cali, you gotta pick Niners or Raiders. That's how it is, man. Like a lot of trash talking moments, a lot of debate, a lot of you know, just fights. That's why the NFL. I always say the NFL. You know, they hate on the Niner Raider preseason game. Like they canceled it for many years because of fights. Like, are you serious right now? Like, really? So that just shows you the intense rivalry because there's always, you know, fights in the crowd. Because we know how that goes. Like every time they show the clip of them fighting, you know, like it's always like a bunch of Latinos. So they look at that like, oh, we're gonna cancel this. We're gonna suspend it for a bunch of years, you know. And that's like it's like a tradition thing, you know. If you hear the dog barking, yeah, he agrees. Man. But yeah, man. At the end of the day, the Niner Raider rivalry is the best in sports. Period. Point blank, man. Like, I wish we would have faced each other in the Super Bowl. Honestly, like that would have been like all time great. Like all time great. Like if we would get Niner Raider Super Bowl, that would be bigger than any Yankees versus Dodgers, Yankees versus Mets, Red Sox versus Mets. Like anybody, it'll be like see Lakers and Celtics, but like the football version are. I don't know. It's like something you can't describe because it's like same Northern Cali, same Bay, so. Like that'll be the biggest thing on planet Earth. Like there's no award show that could top that. There's no like anything that could really top that. Like a Niner Raiders Super Bowl. Even like Bronco fans, Chiefs fans, Charger, even they would have to give it up to Rams. Everybody would want to watch that. That would be the highest. That'd be the highest like rated Super Bowl Super Bowl of all time. That's facts. I think we all know that. Like, hit the like button, thumbs up, like, if you agree with that. Niners Raiders, like, it'll be on and popping. So, like, if I could have one sports wish, it'll be that. It'll be that. And the Niners will beat them, 35-10. Woo! Watch my cousin get back in. I'm gonna let him know that too. Like, he knows we'll win 35-10. He knows that. His Raiders will never stand a chance because, like, I'm tired of seeing us lose. The last 2 Super Bowls we lost, man, burn a hole through me, man. Horribleness. But, like, it will be all good, though. It'll be all good. Like, one day we'll get that. Like, the Raiders can straighten out themselves. And Niners, the Niners are always in contention. They got to get over the hump too, though. Real talk. So, they got a storied history. Like so many Hall of Famers between both of them. Niners, Raiders, they got all kind of Hall of Famers from the 70s, 80s, 90s. So yeah, man. Like, as I was saying, like my wish is to be like for us to have like a Niner Raiders Super Bowl. That'd be the best game of all time. Like that'd be the highest most watched Super Bowl of all time, wouldn't it?
Everything that's been in the Bay Area has been the most watched. If you really think about it.
Look at that. Nice.
Sacramento and Warriors, most watched. And that was just a playoff game.
First round.
Yeah, that wasn't even something serious. Like a conference or so. I can only imagine what a Super Bowl would look like.
Yeah.
Especially if it was this year in Vegas, that'd be a hell of a game.
Damn, we all have to go down there.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, shit. We got Jimmy G from y'all, and you see what Jimmy G does. He's either taking you to the bowl, or he's going to be injured for sure. We only got 2 kinds of Jimmy G's for it. And that's why I be sitting here, like, fingers crossed, like, come on, Super Bowl, Jimmy G. Like, but that's always been with, like, at least a top 15 defense behind him. So he could mess up or screw up, or he has a Mozart to run for 200 goddamn yards out of nowhere.
Raheem the Dream.
Yeah, so it's just like, that's why I'm sitting there like, we get Jacobs and, I wouldn't say Garoppolo's a bad quarterback, so let me make sure I establish that. Garoppolo is a decent quarterback. It's just, I had higher expectations for what we're going to do once we go after, after Derek Carr's, departure. So it was just like, all right, we got all the options out there. And I'm like, what are we going to do? But hey, we took what we could get, and I was so hesitant with Jimmy G, like even accepting him as our new quarterback, especially with the whole foot, the addendum G, the liability waivers and stuff like that. So it was just like good to see him out actually, get on that field. And then last week, he didn't even have to play. He decided he wanted to play himself. So it was just like, yeah, definitely glad to see that. But Aiden O'Connell, if it need be, I feel so much more comfortable seeing him go out there and produce.
Yeah, man, Garoppolo, he got weapons. Devontae Adams, Renfro, your new first round tight end. He's supposed to be like one of the top 2 tight ends. I don't know if he's better than other dude. The Bills got Kincaid. He don't help Josh Allen out a lot.
Most definitely, but he was I wouldn't say an upgrade over Darren Waller, but I would say that he's definitely more of a scheme fit than Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Darren Waller, we had a different scheme before, and I was where Darren Waller was getting most of the possessions. But now that we got Devontae, it's just like we don't need that tight end to do that. Now we got a tight end that can block and still get that quick first down. We don't need him to hit a home run every time.
Yeah.
Kind of how they utilize Gronk.
Yeah.
Like, you get in the red zone, you get hit Gronk, and he might score a touchdown for you. You know what I'm saying? But, in that 10 yards, it was just like double Darren Waller, and he's gone. That's why we had one of the worst red zone efficiencies.
Yeah. Darren Waller, hey, I'll say this, man. Hey, a lot of people say Fred Warner's the best linebacker. He probably is. Shh. Hey, man. Fred Warner couldn't hang with Waller that day.
Not at all. It's the speed.
Woo,
It's
that
the
big
speed.
size. That's like he was Megatron to tight ends down there, bro. Like, physicality and size and speed-wise, he was dusting them.
If you really look at it, he's, 6'5", 6'6", runs a 4.4. He could easily have been a wide receiver.
He could have.
Easily. And just like, it was just the weight he was. They had to push him out to tight end. So.
Yeah. It's like you can't have no 250-plus receiver out there.
Bro, as soon as we had picked him up and I started doing like research on him, I'm like, bro, he was just working at a grocery store. Like, wait a minute. We picking up dudes that was working at a grocery store, and then he went to the Ravens, and we grabbed him off the practice squad. And bingo, bango.
You're stocking shells.
Yeah, hey, man. That's a hell of a thing. Like, man, that's the guy that used to be on aisle 6. You know what I'm saying? He cleaned up that spill when I dropped the glass. But yeah, that definitely is that's a hell of a tight end right there. And I was so distraught, like losing him for the 3rd round pick. I was just sitting there like, oh my God, like we couldn't get more. Everyone's getting so much for all their trades and getting people up out of there, and I'm just like, man, we could have traded for something and got something better than this 3rd round pick. But I'm hoping that we can, have draft picks that show up and show out. Coming from Ziegler and McDaniel. So, hey, fingers crossed. That's the best thing I can say. Because Gruden and Mayock, those draft picks are trash. Because if you look at it, we don't really have even a 1st round pick to show for it, really.
Oh yeah,
except Colton Miller. That's it.
Colton.
Because we got Gruden in the 2018 season, and that was the season we ended up getting Colton Miller. 2019, that's when we had the big 3: Cleveland Farrell, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Abrams. So Josh Jacobs was the only person we got to show. And then 2020, we had the infamous Ruggs and Arnett. They're both incarcerated or facing charges.
Damn, both of them must have tripped. Henry Ruggs.
They're
driving that car.
Innocent until proven guilty, but they're both not looking too good in a legal system right now. But then we got 2021. That was Alex Leatherwood.
Leatherwood.
I don't even know where he's at. We traded him to the Bears for nothing, pretty much. So it's just like
John Gruden drafted him because he got a cool last name. Come on now, we know that. Leatherwood. I think I'll draft him.
We keep getting people with those last names. We got Divine Diablo. That's our starting linebacker, all linebacker. That's who we got with the Green Dot this season. We had him last season. He was looking really good. I think he was like one of the top 8 linebackers until he broke his arm. So, again, another fingers crossed. Hope he can show me something. And we also picked up Robert Spillane from the Steelers. He's not really, out of this world as far as being that off-ball linebacker from the stats and everything I've seen. But, he can definitely play the run really good. So, we'll see how this plays out for sure. Revamp the defense, and I'm waiting to see what our 1st round pick this year, Tyree Wilson. And I pray to God he could just be even half of what Max Crosby was coming out the gate. So
yeah, hey, you guys could have drafted dude from the Eagles, D tackle, the one best player in the draft.
Yeah, the one that came from Georgia, Jalen Carter, I believe.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to the Eagles, because the Niners we had signed our D tackle, Hargrave and stuff. He's D tackle, so they replaced him with the best player in the draft for super cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. And I was telling y'all, like, man, the Raiders ain't gonna draft him even though they should. Like, can you imagine? He go open up for Crosby more. Crosby can easily have like a 20-sack season if they got a guy pushing in the middle.
And that's the one thing we haven't had is the interior pass rush. But at the same time, it was just him going through what he went through. He could have easily did anything else. He could have had like a failed drug test or something. We probably would have picked him. But the simple fact where there was a car accident and a fatality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were staying away from no Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, it was just like a whole Henry Ruggs situation kind of like blew that out the water. But they were saying Tyree Wilson was supposed to be like if not, Will Anderson, it was Tyree Wilson, but he had the foot injury.
Yeah.
So if there was no foot injury, that could have easily been Tyree Wilson going to the Texans.
Whew, okay.
So he dropped to us, and I'm thinking we're going to get a cornerback. So I'm like, Christian Gonzalez is right there. And then right before us, I think, forgot the kid's name. He went to the Seahawks right before us, though. And it's like Deontay Banks or something like that. But yeah, we definitely needed corner help, and we've definitely addressed it like throughout, like Duke Shelley, Marcus Peters. We brought Brandon Faison back. We got this dope dude. I can't remember his name. I think we just picked him up in the 4th round. I think his last name's like Bennett. I don't want to sit here and lie about it, but yeah, he's out there balling too. He's been playing with the one some too, so yeah. So I'm definitely feeling a lot more better, and we got Epps from the Eagles in free agency.
Okay.
So we got a nice little
secondary
back there, and then we already had Trayvon Merrick. So
yeah, because in your division you got to face the Chargers, former Cal Berkeley, Keenan Allen. You got guard. Got Justin Herbert.
we haven't had no issues with him. You seen how he tried to do it. He said we was gonna be hibachi out there, and we seen who was hibachi out there. It was praying for Mike Williams to come back.
Yeah, you got Mike Williams. You got to do away. He's a poor man's Julio at times. Like
we got Nate Hobbs out there too.
Nate Hobbs is good.
He's our slot cornerback. He's been shutting down the nickel. We had him playing outside for someone, due to depth, because we didn't really have no depth. So it's like every time we had an injury, we're just out there looking like shadows. Can't really cover. So, but yeah, we definitely got a lot more depth on the areas where we've been lacking at. So I've been definitely proud of that. So I'm just hoping for greatness.
Yeah, because I bet you Nate Hobbs versus Hunter Renfrow in practice battles, slot receiver or slot corner be intense, making each other better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, Nate Hobbs is one of the best slot dudes. You need a slot guy.
But they all been going against Devontae too, though. Because we moved Devontae around. He's not just outside.
That's smart. We gotta move him around.
Yeah. And then we just we picked up Trey Tucker, I believe, and he comes out the slide, and that was in the drive. We also got his name's I can't believe I forgot his name. We just picked up another wide receiver. And he just came from the Patriots. He was actually the player that threw the ball back against us.
Oh.
And threw it to Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when Chandler Jones came and intercepted it, ran it back for the game winner.
Woo,
yeah, but
Chandler.
We picked him up $11 million, but he actually took Darren Waller's spot. Because we had money allocated to Darren Waller. Darren Waller wanted a new contract, and we took that same money and picked him up.
Damn.
I think his name's like Jacoby Myers.
Oh yeah, that guy, Jacoby and Myers.
Michael Mayer is the tight end we just picked up.
Yeah, Michael Mayer. Man,
and
that
Austin Hooper too. So.
Oh, I always want us to get him as our number 2 tight end, Austin Hooper.
Yeah, bro, we got George Kittle. It doesn't matter who you put behind him. Not gonna be too many sets where they see it except 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets.
2 tight
ends. Then y'all start using Trent Williams as a freaking fullback, and I'm just like, I don't know what to expect with y'all. I'd be pissed off if I was a linebacker and here comes Trent Williams in motion.
Here come that freaking big rig.
Exactly.
Big rig.
Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then I gotta stop Debo. Like, come on, man. These people ain't going down.
And then Kittle blocking me from my side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you don't really know what to expect, and that's football for sure. But how do you feel about your division? Because it's just like before, like your division used to be wide open, anybody could get it. You would have to worry about the Rams, you have to worry about the Cardinals, you have to worry about the Seahawks. Everybody could have easily won. Your whole division could have easily won. Now it's just like Cardinals are looking bad, even with Kyler. And then you got the Rams looking bad. You don't know what Matt Stafford is going to look like from injury. But they did pick up Stetson Bennett from Georgia.
Yeah.
And we kind of just trash-bagged him. So.
Woo, hey, man.
then you also got Geno and the Seahawks. They went to the playoffs. So.
And they got loaded. They got a better roster, too, man. Because they gave us a little scare in the playoffs. And we'll see how Geno plays. But they got a slot receiver they drafted. He's going to be their number 3. Looking cool in camp. Of course, they got DK Metcalf. You know, we know about him and stuff.
What was that? Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, and Jigba, that's his name. So, you know, they got a good little trio. So I think we'll be a little better though. The Rams, they going downhill. You know, they had too many high contracts and they had to let guys go. Jalen Ramsey.
That's like a full rebuild. I was surprised Aaron Donald even decided to come back.
Yeah. A lot of people always think like he's a top 3 D tackle ever, or top 2. He's a GOAT. Let me see. I think I'll pick J.J. Watt over him.
What?
J.J. Watt?
Aaron Donald?
J.J. Watt at his best or Aaron Donald at his best?
I'm taking Aaron.
Really? I see. J.J. he can like knock down passes too.
Yeah, but whenever you double and triple team JJ, that's it. You took care of JJ. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't have anybody to help him out after he's double triple team, you can do what you want. You can run it, you can pass it, you can do whatever. Aaron Donald, you double and triple him, he still might get a sack.
Yeah.
He still might fumble you. You still gotta worry about him. Just cause we got an extra tight end over there. We got a guard and the center gonna block him. It's just like, nah, we're gonna run it back, chip him. He's still coming.
Yeah. Aaron.
So I'm going Aaron for sure.
Aaron Donald, okay.
What really used to make me mad though, being a Raiders fan, I do gotta say this part, like we always pass up on like prolific like players, and then you end up getting like a bust. Like we had, not even a bust. We'll get somebody with an asterisk next to their name every time. So it's just like, man. For example, like you just said, there's JJ, right?
Yeah.
We passed up on TJ Watt for Garyon Conley.
Oh man, because what draft was that?
I think that was the 2017 draft.
Oh yeah, it was 2017 because we picked Reuben Foster at the end. But I understand why we drafted Reuben Foster. That was super great value, just his college wise.
And that was right after Patrick Willis had just retired.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you had a gap.
Yeah, we had like a gap for a couple years, and Chris Borland retired. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we need that next level linebacker. You know, Foster was supposed to be like a little Willis-esque. You know, like from a big time college thumper, all world talent. So I understand why they did draft him. But yeah, T.J. Watt I think was like just in front of us. One spot ahead of us, at 30, I think. Like, damn, T.J. Watt, because I was like, Watt is falling. I was like, him or Foster, I'll take either or. I'll take Foster, just like the hair. But, like, Watt, that name, though, it's like, you know, if your name is Watt, like Derek Watt, quality fullback. J.J. Watt, all-time great D-tackle, interior lineman, you know? So, and he's lineman like Bosa and Crosby. He's in that category.
But look at this. We still had Khalil Mack. And then we would have had T.J. Watt.
Ooh, I've been.
Pick your poison. How you want it.
You can't double both.
You can't. So it's just like we always continually pass up on that, and it's just like even last season we have Chandler Jones. You know, he's a little older on the older side, and it was just like we've had I forgot his name, Ngakoue. We had Ngakoue, and he gives you 10 sacks no matter what. 9-10 sacks easy every time. So it was just like, all right, I know for surely what I'm getting with him. And then it's like Chandler Jones. You know, it's a toss-up for us. So it was just like, for me, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather take the for sure 10 sacks over I don't know what he's going to do for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been heck of a player, man, heck of a tandem, man. Like, them two stalwarts, like, whew. Like T.J. Watt and Mack, you couldn't block both. I know the Chargers got Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. It's the older Khalil Mack though, even though he's still a quality player.
You see, it still took him to the playoffs.
Yeah, Khalil Mack attack.
And then Sante Samuel Jr.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like boy.
Good corner.
And just like everybody always says, like, look at the offenses that they have to play. Look at the defenses we gotta play. Broncos got one of the top 5 defenses. Chiefs top 5 in sacks. Chargers, they shutting it down in the secondary. So it's just like
Derwin James for the LA Chargers, the only King James for an LA team I know of. Woo!
That's another pick. That's another pick we passed on.
Oh yeah.
To get somebody else trash. This is what I be talking about, and I just be like, bro, like, what are you guys doing? Like, come on, like we definitely need to get a better draft scheme. So I'm just like, all right, we've been showing me a little bit better. So I'm like, I pray to God Tyreek Wilson comes in and at least be a Pro Bowler. If not all pro, like a Pro Bowler, I'll shut up. I'll be like, okay, cool. I got one first rounder I know should be around for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Because if you look at how you really build out a team, your first rounders are supposed to be getting those next contracts and build out your team for at least the next 7-8 years. And it's just like, y'all got so many first rounders that are still there, minus, Reuben Foster, of course. And it's just like,
Solomon Thomas, I wanted Mahomes at number 3 that year, 2017, instead of Solomon Thomas, but damn. Talk about passing up.
Hey, man.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Hey, the Raiders, like I told you, so y'all be passing up people like y'all on a 5.0, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Especially you got Travis Kelce. You got Travis Kelce in your division. You got all these tight ends. You need a Derwin James. Guard these guys. 6'2", 220, run, athletic, long arms, fast, jump high. Quick feet.
If it makes sense, they're 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like we get someone that, again, has an asterisk. Like I was telling you, Gary Conley, he's got a rape allegation that, was proven, he was not guilty, but it was just like it went from that to now he's got shin issues, he's injured.
Yeah.
Year before that, we had Carl Joseph. He was coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait a minute, what are we doing? But the years before that, we had Amari Cooper and then Khalil Mack, so it was just like, okay, I'll leave
good
it
picks
alone.
right there.
Yeah.
Cooper route runner, Mac, DPOY.
Like 2014, that was one of the best drafts we've ever had. Mac, Carr, we picked up a guard in the 3rd round, 4th round, another D tackle. And we had some boys in that draft. And in 2015, we got Cooper. We got a few more people in that draft, and in 2016, it just...
Yeah, man. Whew. Hey, I'm just saying, man, a lot of players. Imagine that could have had dynasty. Like, sheesh.
Easy.
Could have some dynasty players, man, but, AFC West is going to be wild. Got the Chargers, Broncos, Russell Wilson. They got weapons. At receiver, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. Chiefs, like, no matter who they got at receiver, you need corners to cover and the safeties and Kelsey, and they're going to find a receiver in the draft like they always do. But yeah, man, so you need them to stop them passing attacks, including the Bengals, if you see them. Because you lost to the Bengals a couple years ago, Burrow. But.
And that was a last-minute lose. So that I think that one stung a little bit more, but it was just like a play setter for us. Like, okay, we can get to the playoffs, and they went to the Super Bowl. That could have easily been us with one more play.
Yeah.
So it was just like that following year, it was just like, what are we doing?
Derek Carr, he kind of came back, but he threw a pick. Like, he was damn near, like, marching, but he didn't finish the job. It's like, that was your time, Carr, to prove to everybody, hey, I'm that guy. I can at least tie this game in a big moment. You didn't do it.
But if you look at that roster from that season and what was going on, we just lost our coach week 8. We lost our top wide receiver, Henry Ruggs. And then he's out there playing with Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. So it's just like, who else is he throwing it to? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, he's out there with Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller and making the best of it.
Yeah.
Even with, for sure, like, number 1, like we have Devontae now, Darren Waller, 1,000-yard season. Hunter Renfrow, 1,000-yard season. He can get them the ball. It's just, if he's just always having to get them few little options open, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Josh Jacobs, 1,000-yard season. But at the same time, it's just, they don't really have no defense to show for it to keep them in the game. It's just like, why are we always neck and neck? Like last season, we lost Denver 7 games to 1 score. And it's just like, a lot of them we were leading.
Yeah.
That's the most in history that we've ever, in NFL history, where a team is up like 10 points or better at the half and then loses. Never happened in NFL history.
That's crazy.
So
only to the Raiders, man. Damn.
So I have no qualms, and I can't blame that on Derek Carr at all. Unless he just takes off the quarterback helmet and get out there and start playing safety. I can't really say nothing else to him. Like damn. So I definitely got to see Jimmy G show me something different. If he's more efficient, and I don't think he has that same, like, oh my God, what's going on? They're coming for me. As that hurrying up in the pocket is Derek Carr. He'll sit back there and take the hit.
He will.
And then most of his injuries, I don't really know. Like, they always come off of like out the pocket plays, right? Like where he's like running out of bounds and then blew his knee out, or How did he ended up breaking his leg?
Man, I don't even know, man. That was so freaking crazy, man. I still remember he ain't got sacked one time all season on left tackle down on pin side. Remember, injured. Like he now gives up a sack, injured for the season.
Yeah.
I remember that. Damn, freaking Derek Carr, man. Derek used Carr too.
No, but Jimmy G had ended up breaking his leg too.
Oh yeah,
right?
he had like non-contact injuries.
Yeah, that's
like,
why I'm like, that was crazy.
Jimmy freaking G. Yeah, hope he stays healthy though. Hey, but like you said though, either the Jimmy G that takes you to the conference title game or the one that gets injured. Like, because when he's healthy, Niners win. Like he plays within the system. He's a game manager. He's like a Kevon Looney of the Niners. Just like playing cool. He got his flaws, but he really does some really plays within the system.
You guys were trash before Jimmy G. I remember. What was his name? Nick. Nick. Damn, I can't remember. It was like.
Oh, Nick Mullins.
Yeah, Nick Mullins. Y'all had Nick Mullins out
CJ
there.
Beathard.
Yep, that was when y'all. I think y'all beat us that year in the Battle of the Bay. With
2018.
And that's when y'all got Nick Bosa because you're.
Yeah, because the following season we did. Yep, and then that was the game George Kittle caught that one-hander like Odell Beckham.
Trash bag, and that's been our Achilles heel. We can never cover the tight end, so it's just like we play y'all, but we're not gonna do cover the tight end. We play Chelsea Chiefs, but we're not gonna do cover the tight end. So
yeah, for some reason y'all and the Eagles never have linebackers. Like, never. I mean, since y'all have Bill Romanowski back in the day, Greg Beaker, cool players. Eagles, they ain't the one they used to have Jeremiah Trotter, but they ain't really had one in a while.
Shit, we had Bill at the end.
Who?
Bill Romanowski? We had him at the. We always get the linebackers at the end.
Bowman, after y'all got him, when he was like end of his career when he wasn't the same.
What was the linebacker from Kansas City? His name like Derek. But he was at the end.
Derek Thomas.
Yeah. No. Hell no. He was their middle linebacker.
Oh, Derek Johnson.
I think so, and
Yeah,
then he retired right after that season with us. So it was just like we consistently just never have a real linebacker. So I'd just be sitting there like, oh, there's linebackers out there. Let's take him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Miles Jack. Let's take him. And he just retired. So that would have been.
Damn. Hey, we're gonna talk more about this, but we gotta go and stuff. But yeah, man. 49er Raider Chronicles, man. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. You feel me? It's all to the good. Show that Raider hat, man. Show that, man. Show that you're proud to be a Raider fan.
Yeah, Las Vegas, baby. Mandalay Bay.
All right, y'all. Yeah.